Greetings and blessings, everyone. This is yours truly, Empress Chaz C. Wormington, aka All That Chaz, aka the Slayer. Listen, I just want to kind of give you guys some information that can help you. For those who don't know what I do, I actually host events. I throw events, have events that I host. And I can also host other people's events. I'm available for booking to host other people's events as well. Also, I'm a brand ambassador. I do business consultant. I am a speaker. I'm an advocate, a community activist, a talk show host, and a designer. And I'm also an entrepreneur, which I am, but I mean, like in another sense, where I have my um, own brand and own line of champagnes coming up and um, and wines, and I will also be a distributor as well. So you can, if you want your own brands of wine and champagne, you can come through me. But I'm going to be honest, it is not cheap. So if you're coming with a budget of only $500 or $1,000, that's not going to work. If you're coming with anything under than $10,000, I won't say that it's impossible, but if you wanted to get in major stores and where they're carrying it in pretty much every package store, any grocery store, then you're going to have to be ready to fork up at minimum $100,000. Okay, so I'm going to be realistic with you all about that. Um, and I tell you a good way that you can get that kind of money. You can get a universal life insurance policy, and usually they'll do a term of 10 years. If you go ahead and pay up those 10 years, then you can borrow off that life insurance policy. And I know it may seem like, but that's still a lot of money. You think about it. If you pay up your life insurance policy, universal life insurance policy on up for the first decade, and say your life insurance policy is $500,000 or more. That's not making a major sacrifice at all. It's actually just making an investment because you'll still have more than enough in the event, when we all meet that fate one day where we pass on and go into the afterlife, into another life. So don't be afraid of changes. And I think a lot of people are afraid to make investments and changes. But okay, neither here or there. Let me go ahead and just get to it. Utilize your friends and family that are there right now. If you have friends and family members that have businesses, support their businesses. Something that you can actually do to help support your friends and family businesses is you guys can collaborate on projects together. Or what I'm doing um, with some of my friends who are business owners, I'm actually collaborating. I mean, I'm actually sponsoring them by service. So I provided my branded service to them. That way, it doesn't cost either one of you anything, and neither one of you are losing any money. Now, we do know that there are exceptions to that because, say, for instance, if you are a baker or you have retail, you're a retailer, you can't just give away merchandise all the time. So I'm not saying that you have to give away merchandise all the time, but what you could do is set a budget aside to say, okay, this is how much I would be willing to exchange for a service uh, that one of my dear friends or one of my close family members that I'm close to, we can exchange. I can exchange for their services. Um, it's not hard, it's not complicated, but unfortunately, from even my own experience, I've seen where it's really hard for family to get family, and your friends will support you faster than your family. I just put it that way. I know that may have seen that over and over again, and it's a sad reality, but nevertheless, it's the truth. Your friends will support you faster and quicker than your family will, and it's just really bad that you have to twist the arms of your family members just to get them to support you. Um, but this is how you can, but that's a good way for you to grow your business, and to get your name out there, get your brand, your label out there. As a brand ambassador, that is one of the things that I actually practice and have done myself. Is I actually have is I use my, oh, it's lint from my rabbit here, no rabbit, but I actually use do that myself where I offer my services. We some and some friends we exchange services, and I brand them, and in exchange they provide me certain things, um, to compensate. So neither one of us are coming out of the pocket monetarily, and neither one of us are taking a loss or risking any kind of monetary loss. If anything, we're actually just putting ourselves in the opportunity to gain more revenue, more income. So that is something that you guys could do. And I just wanted to share that because a lot of people are struggling trying to just find a place, but you don't have to look far. It's right in front of your face, from social media to friends and family. And again, if you cannot afford to, because like for me, I can't just always make monetary investments in my friends and my dear friends that I'm very close to, or family. Not because I don't want to, or because I'm being stingy, or I'd rather go support somebody else. No, it's because I do have a lot of other mandatory obligations, monetary, financial obligations, that hinders me and prohibit me from being able to make the financial investment and sponsor and support my friends and family the way I desire to. And because I'm not a multimillionaire in the natural right now, it's coming. It's, y'all better believe that. Y'all be ready to see me on Forbes and on News Insider Edition and all of that stuff, News Weekly, and remember I told y'all that. So believe it. But um, yeah, but as a brand ambassador, that is something that I would suggest for anyone who's trying to get their names out there, want to get branded, and you, because I know for me, my branding services, they're not expensive, but for what you get, because I have seen where a lot of branding agencies or people who do branding, they charge so much money, and they don't give you any kind of resources. I'm not like that. If I brand you, I'm going to give you resources as well. And I'm going to also have a promotional, I will hire and have someone to do the promotions for us as well, where they will promote your brand. So that's what I do with my branding services. To each his or her own. But as a brand ambassador, that's what I do provide for my clients. And consultation, your consultation fee can be used towards your quarterly payments. You can pay quarterly every half a year, every 6 months, or you can pay up annually. It's all up to you how you want to do it, but someone who does branding, I'm just letting you guys know that is a good way to start off where you're not able to afford it. But I will say this, if you want your brand to really expand, or you want your brand to be recognized, or be in a place or a platform where there are people who are celebrities. Let me tell you something about celebrities that some people may not understand or know, or seem to forget. And a lot of them still enjoy and like to have something genuine, and that is not too commercialized, or completely commercialized. Sometimes they like to support the mom and pop shops. Sometimes they like to support the small business owners, independent businesses. um, they don't always want to just only buy major name brands and labels, because see, understanding when they do that, that's a part of their investment And believe it, a lot of them actually can write it off on their taxes. And this I know, being in the entertainment industry, I can write off my wardrobe on my taxes because of the fact that I have to be in public, and I'm uh, kind of like a public figure in a way because I'm always in the eyes of the public. So there are certain things that you can write off on your taxes, for those who didn't know. And guess what? It is legal. It's on the IRS website. If you, for those who have businesses and that file business taxes, they know I'm telling the truth because they tell you this. The IRS tell you these are things that you can write off on your taxes. I do not suggest that you go look on third party networks or websites to find that information. Always go directly to the source, the IRS.gov, because that way, if any information is misconstrued, or if there's any information that's there that conflicts, they can't say that you got it from a third party website. You're going directly on based on the information that they have provided. So if they decide, oh well, why they claim this? Oh, they taxes. Oh, we better audit them. You'll be able to take them to the website, be like, look, but this is on the website. You guys clearly state, because of the industry that I'm in, because of what I do, I'm able to write these things off on my taxes. This is what the IRS, this is what you all are saying. So that's how you can cover yourself and not be bothered and to deal with any issues that may occur from you writing certain things off on your taxes. And when you do write things like that off your taxes, be it just, I'm just telling you, just get ready to be audited. Because they're going to audit you on a regular basis when you start claiming things like that, write things like that off of your taxes. You can use your cell phone. That's why I always advise people, you have a business, get everything in your business name. And the reason why, that's why, like, I time my name is on my business. So, and with me being a brand ambassador, doing hosting and things of that nature, I'm able to write things off on my taxes because I am a host and I'm a talk show host as well. I do hosting events and things. So I have to always look a certain way whenever I go before the camera. Sometimes, a lot of times I miss it. I'm gonna be honest because I be drained. I'm tired now. For you guys who don't know, and I'm going to be going back to sleep after I do this video. But there are certain things you can write off for your taxes, even when you do exchange of services with your friends and family. Say, for instance, if you provide a service and say the item that you usually try to, it depends on the kind of services that you offer. But what you can do is you can offset it. So, say if you have a friend that has, like, okay, I use one of my jeweler. I call her my jeweler because that's where I get most of my accessory jewelry from, called Team Accessory. So say Team Accessory furnishes me and provides me with $100 worth of accessories. And the service that I provide for her is a value of $500, because there's a difference of the $400 that's considered a monetary loss, or yeah, and you can write that difference off on your taxes. A lot of people don't know that either. But again, the IRS.gov tells people these things. All people have to do is read it. I know a lot of people are really lazy. They don't want to read. I'm like, read. What is wrong with y'all? Like, damn, read. Shoot, you got eyes. You have the capability to read. Take advantage of it. Read. There's a lot of people out there that can't read, and you fully capable and able to read, and you don't want to do it because you're being lazy, or I don't feel it's just too much information. Oh, I feel like reading that. Okay, well, just keep being in the dark. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, but so those are that's some advice that I want to give out. And I just wanted to share that advice with anybody, like I stated, who is new in business or they struggling through this pandemic. Just support each other, your friends and family. Y'all support each other, keep each other afloat, and keep our businesses afloat and running and operable. Okay. So thank you for listening. And again, if you want to hire me for branding, I do charge consultation fee because I don't want people trying to nitpick. Because a lot of people do that. They try to nitpick what you do, how you do it, and things of that nature. I don't do that. I don't do the nitpicking. I don't do the games and the mind games and just the curiosity, entertaining and people's curiosity. I charge a consultation fee. So if you want any information about my branding services and how I go about it that is not already listed on the web on my website, then you have to schedule a consultation if you know you need more in-depth information. If you go ahead and hire me for your branding services, consultation is automatically included. So there's not a separate cost. But if you are not going to, if you read the information and you still have questions and you still want to sit down and talk, and that's considered consultation, I'm going to charge you for that. For because that's a service that I'm providing. So you're going to have to pay for that. But you can also, if you decide to hire me as your brand ambassador, you can go ahead and use. I would apply that to the cost. Now, we'll say this: I do have a new client. Yay! Thank you so much, TBIG LLC. Have to give a big shout out to TBE LLC. That's the not. I mean the letter T is in Tom, and the word big, BIG, like Biggie Small, big, LLC, TBIG LLC. They have, they're allowing me to be their brand ambassador. And so you can watch what I do as a brand ambassador so you guys can see what I'm doing because I just started. I decided to go ahead and start back doing that. I did it before, but I really didn't take it serious. I'm gonna be honest. I really wasn't. I didn't think I was that was something that I wanted to add or include. But since I have decided to go ahead and add that and include that, because I do brand a lot of people, I do promote a lot of people's businesses. Even though I'm not a promotional agency, I want people to understand that that is not my business. My business is an entertainment company. We're not promoters or marketers. We don't do promotions and marketing like that's all we do. No, we provide uh, entertainment services from speaking engagement, doing hosting events, hosting talk shows, interviews, um, and yeah, interviews with celebs at that as well. We interview people, period. But we do have celebrity supporters who follow us daily and who even interacts with us that we have even been able to interview. So, you know, that is something that you can definitely do, and I will represent you very well. And a part of representing you very well is after I did a lot of praying, and I just had to really and when I say pray, I'm not saying in a religious way. I'm not a person who just throw religion in anything and everything. I don't throw religion in anything, but I do believe that meditating and praying will help guide you in certain directions to make better choices and decisions and or the right choices and decisions for whatever the situation is. So before I represent a client, I tell them to just watch a couple of my videos, follow me for a minute. For anybody who wants to hire me as as their brand ambassador, just look and see if that is if I if you feel that I represent or I would be able to represent you and your business very well. So with um, that revelation, and since I have decided to just go ahead and become a brand ambassador, that's something I decided I was going to go ahead and do. I will most definitely represent you well. And when that happens, when you get in those kind of positions, there are certain changes you have to make in your life, even in your attitude. You don't change who you are as a person, but there are certain things that you just don't need to be doing or saying and stuff. And so, since I have taken on this mantle and decided to carry it, people going to be like, "Oh, you acted funny now. You change it." No, I have to make sure that I be aware of myself how me treating people, what I'm doing at all times. Be very vigilant of myself and my actions, my reactions, my responses, and everything, so that I can make sure that I'm representing my clients well. Because I don't ever want anybody to have to go back and be like, "What, you hire her as your brand ambassador? She mean, she too this." I don't want it to be where it's derogativeness, and not because somebody's just being messy or they jealous or whatever, but because my conduct is really being in the way that they are saying that it is. And I never want to misrepresent anybody like that. So uh, there I'm going to be I'm still going to talk smack like I always do. I want to still call things out the way I've always have. That, and it was what's about it. But my presentation is definitely going to be a lot different, in a lot of ways, in different facets. So it's not that I'm trying to change on y'all or I'm acting funny or whatever. It's just that on my professional side, when I'm dealing with professional things, I have to be professional. And that's just the way it is. And if that's going to be an issue or bothersome for anybody, I don't know what to tell you. It's just that's what I call a PI, a personal issue, and a PP, personal problem. Okay. So, yeah, but use your friends and family at your fingertip. Exchange services with each other. That way, it doesn't even cost you guys any money or anything. And it's no loss to you at all. And some of the things that you provide as services, you may even be able to write those things off on your what you call it, on your taxes. Sorry, I'm watching something. Okay. So that's all. Thank you so much for listening. God bless, one love, peace. And I'm out like a light. Y'all take care.